Good morning. Well, it's morning for us anyway. So I'm sitting here in Chris's van. We are at an auction. It's a Friday morning. Chris actually took the day off to come to this auction. We are at a Stanton auction in Charlotte, Michigan. It is a farm auction. They're selling the house, they're selling the acreage, and they're also selling the content. And they were lots of box lots, which who doesn't love a box lot? So it's for some hidden treasures. So hoping to see what they pulled out of the boxes to see what we can possibly bid on and maybe bring home with us. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of signage. Like I said, this was a farm auction. So we have some agricultural 4-H members, FFA, some seeds. These are probably all new. That looks like they're all new. Then you have the other seeds. Oh, look at new in package. Kind of out of our wheelhouse though. Found Chris looking at tools. Can you believe I found him looking at tools in cubbies? I know there's a whole bunch of signs over there of that. Traveling yonder to the barn. Big barns. I told you, farm. Beautiful house. But yep, let's go see. I see some swans. Oh, they're not even heavy cement ones. They're kind of plastic. Still cool because they're not broken. In the cool barn. Love barns. Barn wood. Got to take the dirt with the barns. I got a little statue, little bird bath. Very well organized though. Oh, somebody's village. England 56. Somebody used to put up a humongous village. Wow. That is cool. Is it resin? Yep, it's resin. Fun birdhouse.
Good, how about you? Not bad.
How are you this morning?
Oh, good. How are you? That would be American version. They're just now bringing some stuff out. Let's look through what boxes they have. Little painted egg basket. I'm gonna look on tables now while they're still trying to get stuff out. I don't know anything about silver plate, anything like that. But I like to look at stuff that I do know. Oh, is that a sheep? Oh, it is a sheep, a little bobblehead sheep. Oh, cool. Oh, sorry guys. Swans, cellulose deer. That's cool. Oh, the deer's intermixed there. Careful.
What did you do, Ray? Oh no.
Silver plate. I didn't have that on film. No. Oh, where's the top to it? It's green. Somewhere. They're so fragile. But this little guy down here is very cute. If it's not broken. That's what I'm trying to check out. Oh, all this breakable stuff. So he's metal. He's that. He's cute. That metal scares me on top of that. Oh, Christmas balls. Oh, Christmas balls. Ooh, some vintage. Some vintage. I see an angel. Angel. Another angel. Angel. That clock. That blocked clock is way cool. Those are fun. You can just put it all out on the table so I could see it. More vintage Christmas. Some more. Hello. Plate. Hobbyist piece, but it's very cute. Very cute. Not in the best shape. Oh, that's a neat wooden piece. Did you figure out what time was at?
Yeah,
10.
10.
Okay. There you go. My husband looks them up, so I just come along for the ride. Want it to be if you buy it. I have to see. You never know. You know, I'm an ironstone junkie. That is cool, though. I like that it says soap. Some spools. Spools are always good. There's a cute little tray. More spools. Got some copper. Oh, it's a little bitty turntable, I think. Does it turn? Nope, it's just a riser. Just a riser. Doesn't turn. Egg plate coming up on. Is it egg plate or cake plate? I guess cake. It looked at first I thought it was egg because of, but I think it's cake. Some age. Those are pretty. Oh, some pretty kitty cats. Little tater in there. Oh wow! Look at that little brass one. He's little. That was cute. Oh, we got some sheep. Always like sheep. Another swan. Precious moment. What are those? Those are neat. Huh. Uh-oh. I might have a chance to get some swans. Oh, that's cool. It's plastic, but it's cool. Nope, that's plastic again in this box. It's heavy like an ironstone. I would say that staining would make me think it's ironstone. Yep, semi-porcelain. And then I'm sure that's a plate. Are you petting the titty tat? Oh, he's just cute the way he is.
No black stripes for tuxedo. Yeah.
Oh, for Tater?
Tater.
Oh, that's a good thing. Oh, that's nice. That's a farm. Look at this cubby all though. Oh, with those cubbies on top. What do you do? How do you? Oh, it's a. Do you think it would sell though? That is the question. It's such a cool piece. I love every piece on top of there. Sold pieces. They're pieces that I think are so cool, but I never know if they sell or not, or they just sit in your booth. Space is valuable. Neat shelf though. Could be in picket fence. That would be neat painted. Here says I have to go into the basement, into the house. They do have some stuff, so let's see what's here. Oh, that's a pretty display cabinet. Oh. Luckily, Chris gave me a light, y'all. So I could dig through the boxes to see if it was anything I needed. Christmas lights, Santas. I'm looking for a little bit more vintage. There's some Easter stuff. And then, oh, there's Mr. Swan. Bunny. I want this just so I can, I want that just so I can paint it up like the one that I have. Oh, look at that oldie. Flags. Oh, more Swan. Oh, it's the cows. Oh, got a handkerchief. Is it purple or is it, yeah, I think it's brown. Almost missed these, some Fenton lamps. Ooh, there's 3 of them, the small and the 2. Okay, a little bit fancier pieces to be protected out here. That is pretty. I wonder if it glows. Little custard piece right there. Roseville. I don't ever know. Am I right? Or Hall. I'm always wrong. I can never guess it right.
You stop in here?
Did you go to the basement?
No, I'm going that way. I thought.
Louis? I will say that this lamp is really pretty though. With the shade. This is a nice piece. Oh, that's a nice piece. So much storage. Oh my gosh. That's nice. So do you want to be a reseller? Because this is what they're selling the tractors and vehicles now, but it is a rainy mess. So we are waiting for them to get started back on items. And here we are. It's glamorous. Okay, this is the morning after. Early morning, because we're on our way to another auction. Another auction. You know, you got to take them as they come. So yes. It looked like when we first were there and I was filming, I'm like, oh, I need my sunglasses. The rain's just going to be a little spurt about 1 o'clock, and
It rained.
it rained a lot. Oh my goodness. So, you know.
I don't think we filmed it either, the muddy mess it made.
No, we were
where
too
people
busy
were
trying to
driving.
carry things out, and people were getting stuck in the mud. People didn't stay on the driveway path. And so the next thing you know, they were making a muddy mess. I feel so bad for the people that are selling that house.
They sold the house last night, so,
yeah. So
somebody bought it.
Oh, so yes, people were just getting stuck left and right. It just poured and poured, and you know you're a true picker if you're standing there in the pouring rain, getting wet. It didn't matter what you were wearing; you were going to get wet. you were going to get wet. And this was a huge farm family. A fellow picker was telling us he's from that area. So not only were there pickers there, but there were family members there wanting to buy stuff, of course, memorabilia, and a lot of the signage. Chris said that's what Chris was at, had like the family name on it, so that really means something. But that's how a state auction goes. Everybody's, most of the time you have to bid on things. So yeah, we got quite a haul, but it was a lot of box lots. They were trying to get through it fast as they could, so everything was getting grouped together, and you couldn't trust your boxes, y'all, because they'd gotten wet. And we kind of had to wait for things to dry out, and we had to dry out. So we have tables set up, the things I know I'm keeping to resell, and then I have tables set up to let Alex and Becca, who also resell, go through, and then we'll see what else we'll do with the stuff that's left over, because you just have to take some things got ruined because they were paper goods and they got wet. So luckily I don't do enough paper goods to really worry about that, but yeah. Okay, so let's start showing. You can see, let's start showing. So in one of the bedrooms was this beautiful bird cage. Oh my gosh, look at that. I do sell lamps. I probably sell the Tiffany style lamps a little bit faster, but that one just had my heart. It is so stinking sweet. I think there was one little,
There's
like
a
a little
spot.
yellow paint mark that I might be able actually to scrape off. Yeah, I think, well, it's better. It's better anyway. And then the finial is a bird. That was awesome. And then in one of the box lots that was getting really wet was this little Tiffany styled glass lamp. So couldn't test anything out. Yeah, I wanted to make sure everything was thoroughly dry before we test it out. So I think it should have been protected enough. The other lamp I got. So when I got to the basement, y'all, you saw all those shelves. What was there, 12 shelving
12
units?
spots in the shelves. There was 4 massive shelves though that went from floor to ceiling in the basement, so 8 foot tall, and they were, I wouldn't say they were cram packed, but they were loaded.
They were loaded,
as you will see.
So that was at the end of the auction, and instead of, usually like the auctioneer would be like, okay, I have this shelf, I'm going to give a pick, and then when somebody picks something and nobody else, he doesn't get the dollar amount he wants, he'll just sell the whole shelf. Well, it was, okay, I have 3 shelves, I'm selling all 3 shelves. There wasn't any first pick. So you had to buy the first shelves. Well, the first 3 shelves, nobody bought. And then this turtle was on the next 3 shelves. So then the next thing you know, it's all 6 shelves. And I really only wanted the turtle. Oh, I wanted the turtle lamp. So it's one of those nights. And he's a sea turtle. Look at his flippers. So I've had like the turtle, and look, it even has some aged brass on there. So I've had
been from the rain yesterday.
Well,
he was inside.
He was inside. So, yeah. So that was. So the next thing I know, there was other items, and I was buying 9 of the shelves. And there was a couple items I wanted in the last slot, and I'm like, I'm not taking 12. I did find a few other pickers that liked some of the stuff and like, just please take it or trade. And we did some. What did I barter for? Oh, there was a Swan planter, and a lady wanted that, and I wanted the spice rack on the last. So, because y'all know I want to make it over. I think it's so super cute. Just a great display. And since I'm desperate for makeover pieces, y'all, some of this you might have already seen in a makeover. That's just how it is. I don't know where all the makeover pieces that I have been out and about, I don't know where they're going. Okay, so next on one of those shelves that I wanted were I think they're cellulose, or they're the hard plastic old cows. In, it's a set. It's a man and a woman. So they would have been sold together, and I have actually resold. Not this set, but I've sold like the Angus, I think. I'm not sure which breed this is. I'm not sure. And then in a box lot, there was one item I wanted. One. And so then it was 3. So I had to take 3 boxes for the one item I wanted, which was this little stool. And if you watch my social media, you know that I purchased one of these stools that was painted the cutest green, and I use it in my decor. So when I saw this, I'm like, I just have to have this little stool. The things that you have to have, it's crazy. But yeah, so the next thing you know, I'm buying Easter, and like we're kissing Easter, so I'm not sure how well like newer Easter sells. So I picked out some of the stuff, and I thought Becca could pick out some other stuff. So there was this one,
little flower,
and then this little guy. Look at him; he's carrying, like, this one to me could be used all year long, because he would be like a little bud vase. So he doesn't necessarily have to be Easter. This is a little ceramic or porcelain. What material is this, y'all? Little bunny on a nest, but he's definitely Easter. And then this cute little Easter bunny. Now, there was a set of Leftons, but they were damaged beyond repair, unfortunately. Whether they were damaged before or whether they were damaged there, or who knows. But unfortunately,
the ears.
The ears were very noticeable, and pieces were missing. It wasn't a clean break. And then I thought this was really unique. So I'll try to get these quickly in my booth to resell. I think it was the outside where I bought these. So this was a sheep planter. I thought he was in wonderful shape. And then another sheep planter. I like this, the classic white, because you can add whatever florals you want.
This lady liked a lot of stuff Yvonne did. She liked swans, sheep, primitives,
Yeah.
So a lot of the things, that she had, and I think that the family must have came in and took some stuff, probably memorabilia they wanted.
For their children, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, they left a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so yes. So our motivation for going when Chris saw the swans. So we haven't even got to all the swans yet, y'all. So right now we're just getting to the sheep. So this is a beautiful primitive sheep. It's just a resin piece, but I think it's very cool looking. And this set of sheep, look at that set. And there again, these are that one's a solid resin, and then these are hollow resin. So you got to be really careful not to knock them, or their ears are still on, which is always scary. The feet are still on, so you got to be. Yeah, these are those like. I'll probably sell those on eBay because they'll be
They
easier.
don't last in our booth.
Well,
people drop them.
Yeah, that's what he means by they don't last in our booth. People end up breaking them. It's cool wooden pole toy, and I'm glad he dried out. I was really getting nervous with the wood because wood doesn't like to be that wet like that. So I was quickly trying to get it out of the rain. One of the things I did bid on, I know that people love this older wicker, the white classic. So we'll see how it sells. I've never really bought a lot of wicker, but we'll see how it goes. It's just a cute little stand. So with the lake people and the cottage core and grandma core, I thought, heck, why not give it a chance? But we have an outdoor booth. I thought somebody might absolutely love this. I won't paint it up or anything. I'll just leave it as is and put it. It's a hose holder.
Winder.
So we'll see if somebody likes little extras. A little.
That one had something written explaining it, but
yeah.
Good luck on reading it because it got all wet.
Yeah, it got wet. So, but this is a great set. I have actually bought these little zizzers. Y'all know I slaughter things. So, yeah, but that's a great size, a great decor piece. Yes, unfortunately, yeah, we'll see. I'm afraid to open it right now. I think it's still a little wet. So. Look at it, it's a little brass can. I don't know if these were for doll houses or what, but us who collect littles and have those little shadow boxes, they're so cute. We have a semi-porcelain bowl, which is beautiful. And then we do have
it's still dripping.
Yeah, it's still dripping. Do you see the water running? A crazed, just a restaurant ware type plate. And I can't read it because my eyes are tired this morning, but yes, it's got that beautiful crazing that the crazing lovers love. So this is not ironstone. This is HR Co. But that is so cute. That is so ironstone like. I could not. I mean, I had soup trains that had that same little. So it's probably just a remake. The American version, but it had the soap holder in it. It had the little lid, and then so the soap could dry out. Loved it. I thought that was cool. And then I love this is a newer piece, but I really like that it just said soap. I don't know how many people use bar soap, and I threw the soap away that were on them because I think they just used them for decor. Because they're making sense. One of those little ironstone relish trays, though it does have a chip. Can't see it so much from the front, and it is a Meekin piece. So I don't see the relish trays very often. So very heavy ironstone restaurant ware type gravy boat, but it's got that beautiful detail, great decor piece. My porcelain, but a little plate stack is so easy to decorate with and get height in your decor. And then these were a couple more ironstone restaurant ware, meaning they're more of the American-made ironstone, but some white bowls. There again, look at the size, look at stacking them, putting more stuff in them. Ironstone mug. I don't know if this would have been a shaving mug, maybe, probably, but I love that bottom. That bottom and that handle is so cool. And then And then these are just another, they go with the plates. They're more of a porcelain china maybe because you can see through it, but they're a very cute little pitcher and creamer and sugar. Then a milk glass rolling pin with the sleeve, which I usually don't keep the sleeves. I usually, people, I guess, anyway, hey, it's my first Swan. He made it to this table, so I got a little.
Well, there's another Swan thing on this table that didn't make it.
Oh, it didn't make it. I'm so sad because I would have kept it for my.
It was pristine.
It was pristine, but then the water got to it, and then of course it's soap. So I'm not giving up hope yet. I might, pull that off. See what, I don't know what I could do with it. Frame it. Yeah, I'm like, oh. Swans. 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 Some of them are too big for shipping. And some of them are beautiful. Like that one is beautiful as I think his head comes off.
Yeah.
So I might pop out if you're interested in this one. I might just sell. Like that one would be easy to ship that way. But yes, there were these two, and they're just plastic planters, but they're not broken. And there again, we have an outdoor booth.
Very dirty.
Very dirty. They need a bath, but yeah, so cool. Except that one doesn't have any eye bulbs. He does, but he doesn't. Oh, this one's got glass eye bulbs. Look at that. Huh. Old salt. Look at the crazing on that. It needs a bath, but look at the crazing on it. Amazing. It's not cracked, broken. And then it had the little wooden lid. More of a teal green line. Sell these all day long still. I think I'm on my last one in my booth from the Haunted Mansion when we bought the whole lot. Another auction extra. I don't know. Sometimes these type of bookends are a little bit iffy if they sell, but because they have the butterfly in the sets there, I'll give it a try. One of those little wooden shoes. And I tried really hard to see if there was a match. I wanted one of these because I wanted it for myself for my green collection.
They had a ton of those.
What?
The lanterns.
Who does?
She had a ton of those.
Oh, she had a ton of lanterns, but none of them fit that. So darn it all. Now they'll give me something to hunt for. I don't know how I would know without having this.
I was going to say we'll have 100 of them before we find the right one.
Yeah, or I'll just style it as is. This was on one of the shelves in the basement. Just a little trinket holder, little trinket shadow box. And then I did of course I went for the little project piece ones that I could paint. I love the idea. This one is so tough to open. I love the idea of opening that up. And then you could hang something, drape something, a wreath, a little fabric of some sort, put your decor in there. Oh my gosh. Or you could tuck it away if you wanted to, but you still have decor on the top. And it's got water damage. And then this one's a pretty cool piece but it's got a crack all the way in the back, so it must have been dropped and re-glued. But then there's 4 little individual drawers, which we love. You can hide things, or you can pull a drawer out and have like a little collection. That's a little too tall, but you can have a collection sticking out of them. Spool, lots of different sizes. Some aged bobbin spools. I think this was a home interior. Wish there was 2, but it doesn't matter. You don't need 2 all the time. And then I wasn't sure on this piece. It's just a silver plate, but I could envision like candles and painting it. Surprise, painting it up and like florals and do candles. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cute. The shelf just screams primitive folk art, and I would not paint this one. I'd just leave this one alone. If for some reason it sat too long in the booth and nobody bought it, then I'd probably bring it home. But more Swan stuff. This was in the box that I wanted, the little stool, the little wicker stool. But I think somebody will like that. I think it's really cool. Little bench.
Tall candlestick.
A tall candlestick, and I think somebody would love that. Unfortunately, I think they really did burn a candle and it burnt into the wood, but we'll see how well I can clean that up. Time, because those antlers, these break so easily. And I wouldn't ship these, unfortunately, but I would put them in a lock case because they're, again, just like the sheep's legs in our booth, people drop things. Now there was a wreath. There was a wreath, and I took these guys off of it. He's cellulose, but he's flocked. And then this little, I didn't even know he was on there. It was just a little owl. He was hiding. So yes, we'll take the camera down, show you some of the little. There's a few odds and ends. I'll scan over the things that we're not keeping, because you just have to decide. You're like yay, nay, yay, nay, yay, nay. As I've told you before, we're resellers. For some reason, I can't handle clutter. It doesn't make sense, does it? So yeah, there's a couple bigger pieces. So I'll let Chris play Vanna and show. Yet again, I think I'm going to paint this piece. Easy spray paint job. I know that green is yummy and it sells, so I only bought one of the pieces to give it a try to see if it sells. I missed out on the one sheep because he didn't see me bidding, but that's okay. But I did get these primitive folk art Swan sheep. I told you we would have been friends. Well, we couldn't shop together because we would have liked the same thing, but
you would have admired each other's houses.
Yes, we would have loved it. And I don't know if you think this piece is weird or not, but I like the thought that you could put a terracotta pot in there. There's Tater. Hey, Tater. And the picket fence. So I'm definitely going to paint this up because this could be an outdoor piece as well as an indoor piece. I mean, I thought that was a neat feature, and I love the thought of hanging stuff off of it. Just going to do a quick skim because I'm not, that stuff I'm not dealing with, but this is Chris's little haul.
No. Very little. He didn't have many primitive tools. It was a working farm. So I didn't get much because he didn't have very many primitive tools. It was actually a working farm that he had the monster wrenches that you worked on your tractors with and stuff, things I'll never use. And they were also going for really good money. But there were a lot of farmers there that needed those kind of tools. He had a lot of signs. He must have been into the seed, like Pioneer and stuff like that you would sit there and you would get promotional things if you actually advertised it and you use their product. But this was one sign that he had. It's older.
Definitely want to look at the backs.
And it was one I paid up on it. There were quite a few people going for all the signs. All the signs went for fairly good money. But this is the one that, I don't know anything about the seeds, so I do know Oliver tractors do sell around here and that people do buy these. These planes, I know I've said it on videos, I got tons of them to sit there and fix up and clean up, and I don't need any more, but they were, I think, $5 a piece, and I'm going to get 10 to 15 out of them.
We're all weak in one way or another.
Something that have started selling because Yvonne fixed up my side of the booth are C-clamps, and these went for these, and this went for, I think, $7. And I did like this. That's a very unusual shape to a hay hook. And that's really all that I got.
But you got this for us to resell, this cute little...
Well, I did buy things because Yvonne said this and this I want.
Yeah, so this wagon, even though they don't sell for us anymore, they did and they don't, and I have like 3 in our shed.
That one actually, the Wheels family worked.
Yeah, though. Yeah. Well, I have 3 in our barn, I should say, not our shed, our barn. And then, yeah, they haven't been selling. I think they're cute with garden plants in them. So
they actually use this one to help move stuff around. And you can see how much mud is all over
the
wheels.
We didn't get our big dolly out, but yes, that's a 2-piece, isn't it?
Yes. Yep, and it's actually a key fit.
Oh, so it won't fall off.
So when it drops in, it actually turns.
So yeah. I'll have to put a sign twists off. So then, like I said, I'll just skim over it. And I know some of it, yes, I could, but I'm going to give Becca a chance. And then if she doesn't grab it, then I might, rethink it. But yeah.
Yeah, there were still lots of swans.
There's lots of swans.
This one plays music.
It does, but you just never know. You don't know. So like I said, I'm going to let her go first. I may make this little sign over. Just spray painting it black would give it a whole different vibe. And then I did pick up this little 4-drawer cubby chest of drawers. And then I had to take some shutters, and shutters, it's been a long time since shutters had sold, but I thought, well, if I could find a window the same length and stage them that way and paint them together, I don't know. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Some of it will be on eBay. Some of it you might already seen made over, just the way the hauls fall. But yeah, so are you a die-hard auction goer and you would have stood out in the rain and got soaking wet? As you saw, the crowd didn't leave. Not much of the crowd left when it started to pour. So,
Well, we got wet and we had raincoats and umbrellas.
yes.
And there were a lot of people with just like sweatshirts on.
Yeah. So there's that. So good. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time, and you can see where we've been. Bye.